Hello everyone, this is Inspire Tuesday number 61 because our team at Icon Dental Center believes that starting the day motivated and inspired sets up the rest of the day for success. We bring quotes to our morning huddles and it has been so positive to our team that we decided to share it with you and hope to motivate and inspire you as well. Today the topic is keep going. Life in general can be overwhelming sometimes, and if you are struggling to stay motivated and keep going, even if it's at work and outside work, try to refocus your energy and get some perspective and also recharge your mental batteries. I have in here 3 tips to help our team and you to keep going. I'll talk about 2 tips, bring 1 quote, then 1 more tip. Enjoy! Tip number 1 is never give up. Life is gonna get bumpy sometimes, and then you're gonna get demotivated and think that everything is impossible. Then you're gonna think of, I may as well just give up. Stop right there. Reconsider. Because it's during those difficult times that's what's gonna teach you to push through. It's not through the comfort and easy that you're gonna learn how to push through and become strong. So, I know nobody likes to hear that, the word uncomfortable or the word unknown, but it's literally important to understand that it's during the unknown, it's in that wild territory, dangerous and hostile territory of unknown that you're going to achieve greatness once you push through it. It's during that time that you're gonna get in and push through it with beast mode. You don't get into that like scared or anything. You get in there with beast mode, and you have to, inside of you, have that trust. Just like Steve Jobs said in his commencement speech before he died, you have to have that belief that in the future, you're gonna be able to connect the dots. So when you look back, you're gonna be like, oh, this is why I had to go through that, because during that moment, this is what I learned. And during that moment, this is how I became stronger. The only difference, every single successful person, you can't skip one. I don't even care who is the person that is your role model that you look at. Every one of them had a lot of setbacks and a lot of those difficult unknown times. The only difference is that they used those moments. They got it and they used it to learn and to become stronger. And they became the victor out of those bad moments versus the person that didn't succeed. They used those moments to become the victim. Oh, it happened to me. It's all about my life. It's always to me. Everything goes wrong in my life. Everything goes wrong in those 2 different lives. Like that's the process of living. One took it and learned and became stronger. The other one didn't. And what is it that people see in that? It's like, if you want to get something or somewhere that you are not today, you're going to have to be doing something that you haven't done yet. So this is where the unknown comes from. And one thing to remember is that you can't change that. Expect that. You're going to fail. You are going to embarrass yourself and you're going to suck. You're going to suck pretty much at something. It's like all of the successful people did it. They all sucked at some point. They all failed and they all embarrassed themselves. And if you look at those obstacles are the workout to success. When you go to the gym, it's not like you're not gonna build muscles by just lifting a little weight. There's heavy weights, and the harder, the more muscle you build. So the workout for success is going through obstacles. So obstacles is a requirement to success. So don't think of giving up because you have obstacles. Because everybody else that succeed, they also had obstacles, you just push through it. So make sure that you do that too. That's very important. Tip number 2 is look at the bigger picture. Think like that. Each day, each task, each daily routine, those are a small part of your life, right? And sometimes some people something happened in this one day, this one thing didn't work out, and someone comes in and say, oh my God, that sucks. My life sucks. This is now your life is the bigger picture. Like that one thing is the one thing that sucked. So you can't look at a whole life sucked because of the one thing that didn't work out. So instead of thinking like that, you should be like, where am I today? How much have I accomplished lately? And all this win that you had throughout those years, this is the energy that you're gonna use because you've accomplished so far to go and solve those little things that was not working during that one little, the small part of the day or the month, whatever that was. And as I've said in here many times, is that our company, Icon Dental Center, is expanding, and we have our second location in downtown Seattle. And of course, as we expand, our team members, some of them are getting promoted to a different title and doing more responsibility, and they're having more things to do. And of course, sometimes the high achievers are so go-getters that they go like, I don't feel like I'm achieving exactly what I want in this position. Like, don't even think like that. This didn't work out for me. I don't know if I'm doing this right. What have you accomplished so far? Like, you already got to this position. It's because of how much you've accomplished and you got promoted to that. This is how good it is. So at this point, use that energy to go and solve those little things. And of course, our leadership job is to kind of back up and always make everyone understand on how talented they are, and they can do things even more than they believe they can. So this is really the key right here. Like, look at the bigger picture. Don't get stuck in this little thing. A lot of people do that. You had a bad month and, oh my God, I can't do this. It's such a bad, this whole thing didn't work. It was a bad month. It was a bad week. It was a bad day. It was a bad situation. That is not the big picture. The big picture is that you're very talented, you have accomplished a lot, and you're growing in the macro. All successful people, you can go and listen to them and read about them. They all have micro failures daily. It's normal. But in the macro picture, we're winning. We already became stronger as a team. We have a better mindset. We're growing. We're doing bigger things than we were doing last year. So in the big picture, we're winning. Yes, sometimes in little things, because there's always a learning curve for in any career. People have this learning curve. So this is the micro. Sometimes something can go right there, and that's how you learn and you get stronger. But in the big picture, it's totally a win. And this is how we like to keep bringing this up to our team. So, the mindset is there. Look at the bigger picture. That's how you're going to also keep going. It's going to totally help you to keep going.
A quote from Sylvester Stallone: "I'm not the richest, smartest, and most talented person in the world, but I succeed because I keep going and going and going."
Tip number 3 is focus on things that you can control. A lot of people get stuck on thinking of things that they have no control over. But the reality is that you can control your input, but you have no control over the output. I'll give an example. If someone has a job interview, and they can control how much they get prepared for the interview, but they have no control over if they're gonna get the job or not. And let's suppose you don't get a job. If you don't get a job, instead of dwelling in the things that you have no control why someone didn't call you, you gotta use that energy to think of what was the weaknesses during the interview so you can improve and do better in the next interview so you can get another job. Because if you are using your energy on things you can't control, then you're not gonna have energy to use on the things that you can't control. One great example in here is that if you do that, you end up getting into this fearful situation. Example is, I have a daughter, a teenager in high school, a very high achiever, and definitely she has some big exams and she likes to do good on them. Then she starts to dwell on, what do I do if this teacher grades so hard, and if the questions are not what I have? Then all these fears come in. I'm like, don't think on that. Don't think on what you cannot control, because that's not serving for anything. What you should think is, have you turned in all your assignments? Have you done all your homework on time? Are you studying everything, not skipping and not, flipping through the paging, making sure you know as much as you know, and do your part, and don't worry about the things you can't control, because it's gonna be okay if you're doing what you can control, because that's how it is. One other thing, how many people do you know that complain of back pain, but they never join the gym to go and get exercise on the muscles, on the back muscles, so it helps with the back pain? You can't, dwell on what you cannot control. The pain is there. Go and do something that you can control, which is join the gym. Same thing if you're trying to lose weight. You already have the weight At that point, you can control that. It's there. What you can do is start eating healthy. So always focus your energy on things you can control, and anything at work, outside work, in your whole life. That's what's gonna really help you to keep going. I hope you guys like the topic and the quote today, and I'd love to hear from you. What are your tips to keep going? Are you struggling right now with anything? You can connect with us and leave us a comment below, and maybe we can help each other using this platform in here. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and like our channel on YouTube and like our page on Facebook and Instagram at Icon Dental Center. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.